Okay, so I was given the go-ahead and right to proceed with uh, How Great Is Our God by Chris Tomlin to be used as our ASL song at Lutherhaven this year in July of 2017. And 4 points I'd like to make before I start teaching you the signs to it. First, the sign for splendor, great, majesty, and Godhead, which are lyrics in the song, are all signs used they're the same. They're all this sign. So looking into the meaning of the words, we have different translations of the word rather than just the not exact yet exact translation, which is just the same thing as great, as they're all interchangeable in ASL, being slightly different with 2 or 3 or one long movement with the hands, but it's all the same thing. So for splendor, we're going to do the most beautiful, so it's beautiful with the extra flair. Majesty, which is similar to the Star Spangled Banner when they say Purple Mountain Majesty, and it's the great power and awe and wonder that the thing possesses. So we're going to do awesome power. Then we have great, which is just going to stay great, because that's that exact word. And then Godhead is going to be the person of God, which is going to be this, which this as well will then be used, like for my second point, whenever we use the pronoun he, him, his, himself, which are in complete capitals, such as like when you read the Bible and it's all in capitals because referring to God, it's a pronoun referring to God himself and not to a just general human being, which in ASL, a human being, any other person would be pointing at them like him, her, them, they, and when you're signing and talking about someone, you say like, over here, this person, this is them, and every time I point over here, it's them. Every time I point over here, it's a different person. So this is always going to be God, and this is his person, so this is Godhead. Because of that, this is going to be everything good and positive. Anything just signing normally will be here, and anything bad, sinful, negative is going to be down here, because it's the opposite. And then the third point is that there are 5 verses total, and then a chorus as well, which is repeated throughout. So we have verse 1, 2, then we have the chorus, then verses 3 and 4, and then the chorus again. Then at verse 5, it splits into a round thing, where we have verse 5 repeated twice, and each time the chorus is being sung at the same time. So this year we're going to do, the campers will all do verse 5, and then the second time they're going to do the chorus. And the counselors, which will teach them all separately as well on counselor night, are going to sign the chorus while the campers sign the verse, and then after the chorus they'll sign the verse while the campers sign the chorus. After these 2 times, we're all going to join back together like we did like we were the whole rest of the song, and we're going to sign the chorus 3 more times. And then again, throughout this whole song, we're going to be singing at the same time as signing, so it's not just one or the other. The last point I'd like to make is that a minute into, or 12 seconds into the song, is when the actual song starts with the splendor of a king, and because of that, it's all guitar music before that, so we're going to have the kids allowed to rock out or just sign music and sway with the music, as long as, and they're going to be watching us, so that I will start counting down 3, 2, 1, 0, and then we're going to start with the splendor. And with that, I can start teaching you the signs. So the lyrics go, the splendor of the king clothed in majesty. So the beautiful, or splendor of the king clothed in majesty, so awesome power. Then all is this swoopy thing landing on your hand. E, down and shake it, and then rejoice with the hooks. So let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. And then verse 2 is, he wraps, so wrapping around the hand with the other hand, he wraps himself in light. Darkness, so closing that light. Darkness tries is this, it's a sign for T, so it's the thumb between the pointer and the second finger. Tries to hide, and it's a thumb under this, which is like a turtle, so tries to hide. And then trembles is going to be scared, so trembles at his voice is a V from the throat and out. His voice trembles at his voice. And then the chorus, which is how great is our God. Sing with is like this, 2 thumbs up together. With, and because it's with me, we're going to bring it around so it's all us together. Sing with me. How, again, great is our God. And all we'll see is going to be all again. All we'll see, because we're looking at God, we'll see how great is our God. So then verse 3 is age, which is like a beard. So it's age to age. And then he stands, but instead of saying he stands, which is a lot of movement, we're just going to do stands and move it to where God is. So he stands. The time is in his hands. And then beginning and the end, which is starting your car between the first 2 fingers and your pointer fingers. So start, beginning, and the end is just chopping it off at the end. Beginning and the end. So the verse 4 is the Godhead, which we're going to do a lot of emphasis because it's not just God, it's his whole being, his person. So it's Godhead, and 3, because we're talking about God, 3 in, which is a sign for both, but it's 3 of them, so 3 in 1. Father is tapping twice. Father. Spirit is pulling up like the ghost. And then the Son is the baseball cap. Bring it down to your elbow like a baby. Father, Spirit, Son. Then the lion and the lamb. So the lion is the main lion. And then the lamb is a sheep, which gets sheared like a haircut, an animal. But because it's a lamb, it's a baby, it's an infant, we're going to do a baby which is getting sheared. So it's the lion and the lamb, and then we do the chorus again. Then this is where it's going to split, and so counselors will do chorus and the verse, campers will do verse, chorus. So the verse is this, verse 5. So name, but because it's specifically God's name, we're going to do name, which is 2 taps. Name above, and then it's all with an L. All names, and we're just going to sign tons of names as much as we can fit in because it's all names, many names. Then worthy is also one of those great signs. So we're going to do important because that's the closest translation that's not just great. So important, so worthy of our, and then praise is supposed to be clapping, but it's also the sign for school. So we're going to do applause. So worthy for our praise. And then my, so just flat hand on my chest, my, and then heart is middle finger, 2 taps on the chest. My heart will sing how great is our God. And so that split thing will happen, and then after that we're going to do the chorus 3 more times, and then we're going to finish, or then it's finished. And then the next video will be me signing along with the music.